Hello? Dr. Wily? You home? Oh, right, I actually cleared this place long ago. Onward! Oh, right. These guys. Welp. Hello, Roland Mithril here once again, getting back to some Mega Man Fortress Stage Perfect runs. Or at least on the way to the next set of them. Here in Mega Man 3, we have some unfinished business. If we want to get to the fortress for this game, first we have to go through Doc Robot. So, 4 more stages open, and these are going to be pretty hard. Let's start with what I suppose qualifies as the easiest of the 4, Needleman Revisited. Mystery! The Horror! And so here we are once again in Needleman's stage. Except now it's nighttime, and there's a lovely starry sky above. The 4 Doc Robot stages are pretty much remixed versions of 4 of the main stages of Mega Man 3. The other 4, you don't go back to them. Now, the fan game Day in the Limelight 2 did something kinda neat with this concept. It had 4 Doc Robot stages, but he used the 4 you don't normally revisit. Kind of a neat touch, that. Very creative. I do kinda hope they make a 3rd Day in the Limelight game, because I would love to see Pink play through it as Top Man. Terrifying, I'm sure. Alright, let's just get rid of you. Okay, we can recharge Rush Coil a little bit with that. And as long as they're gonna make us use Rush again anyway, may as well get the extra life up there. Shiny! So yeah, as long as I'm not physically riding Rush, he doesn't consume energy. Rush Jet in Mega Man 3 is pretty notoriously broken, and by virtue of that, probably the single most useful utility item in the entire series. For one thing, you have full 8-way control over his motion, which is very handy, and they got rid of that in future games. Second, while you're traveling horizontally, if you keep jumping like this, you consume less energy. It only eats through it if you're physically in contact with Rush, so that brief moment where you land on him. Yeah, they really had to rebalance poor Rush. It's one of the few instances where there's something severely broken in a video game that I love. Rush Jet's just that fun. Anyway, time for the first Doc Robot battle. Doc Robot mimics the cast of Mega Man 2, in this case, Airman. So we'll call him Doc Air. Doc Air isn't too different from the original Airman, really. He uses most of, if not all of, the exact same tornado patterns, which does mean he can use the one I don't know how to dodge, so hopefully he won't throw that at me. Now, if you want to get behind him, you do need to jump there. He has a larger hitbox, so if you don't jump, he will collide with you when he lands. Gods, almost. Okay, good. Doc Air is done. Alright, but we're not done yet. That's right, the Doc Robot stages give you 2 bosses for the price of 1. So, time to start on the second half of the stage. Let's go! This time we have a bit of an aerial area, yeah. I don't care, I've defeated Airman, I'm continuing. You do have a lot of Parasues and Yanbos to worry about here, but nothing too terribly bad. If you stay at a high level like this, you're pretty much right in line to take out Yanbos as soon as they appear, and you're above the point where Parasues actually activate the parachutes, so you don't have to worry too much about them. If they manage to get behind you, just jump them when they come back through. I probably don't need all of the weapon pickups in this area, but I'm not taking any chances. Alright. Let's try that again, shall we? Alright, back to the Buster. Take you down, and onward. We have Giant Metal. Get as many hits in as you can right at the start. If it flies above the range of the Buster, a lot of times it'll just happily hover out of range for a good long while. Thankfully, that one was more cooperative. We also have helimetals. They've learned to fly. They'll try and get above you to shoot you there, and they also might try and swoop around in a loop to hit you that way. Fortunately, they only take one hit to finish off. Underestimate them at your peril, though. Okay, that one went a lot better. We're almost to the end. Time for the second Doc Robot battle. Enter Doc Crash. Hello? Doc Crash? Are we supposed to be fighting now, or not, or, You look pretty agitated, just pacing back and forth like that. Listen, I can come back if this is a bad time for you. Yeah, this is one of those weird battles that doesn't start until you make the first move, so, let's go for it. Like the original Crash Man, he'll jump when you fire, and he'll counter with a Crash Bomb, but this one likes to also counter, sometimes by doing a sudden jump out of nowhere. They happen at regular intervals, though, so if you get used to the pattern, Doc Crash really isn't that bad. Also, the fight is blessedly a lot more quiet than the original Crash Man fight. It kinda turns into a reaction battle, but not a very complicated one. Okay. That was a bit of a close thing at the end there. But we're done. Yeah, no prizes for this one. They're not going to load you with extra weapons like the air shooter and crash bomber, but at least you get a password. So, 1 down, 3 to go. That may have been the easiest of the Doc Robot stages, but it wasn't without its outtakes. So, enjoy. They're gonna be a bit of a thing. Wow, that was bad. So we're back to the needle press traps. Timing! We also have helimetals. And that one wanted a hug. Well, bugger. Here you want to land just on the edge here and be very careful about timing. And that was not careful at all. Doc Air isn't really too different from the original Airman fight. Good jumping. And there was the undodgeable one anyway. Yeah, I still don't really know what to do about that one. In fact, some of his patterns are made easier by the fact that you can slide now. Oh, but there's the one that I just don't know how to get around. Bugger! But you still have to be very careful about timing. And placement. It at least makes some of the tornado patterns a good bit easier. You can still... Okay, yeah, that's a good point of, just demonstration there. That you do have to jump at just the right time to avoid him when he lands from that jump. And hiding behind him here... Okay, it does actually work. I didn't think you'd have room to do that. Well, good demonstration anyway. The Doc Air fight isn't much different from... Ow. You have to be very careful with positioning and timing. Needle presses do hurt a good bit. Less than I thought, but still it adds up. Oh, you would start with that. I don't know how to dodge that. I don't know how to dodge that. And you do it twice. You passed! That is uncalled for. Well, that doesn't bode well, because it's time for the first of the Doc Robots. Doc Robot mimics the cast of Mega Man 2, in this case, Airman. so we'll call him Doc Air. Doc Air isn't much different from the original Airman. He uses the same patterns of tornadoes, meaning of course he does have that one undodgeable pattern, or at least the one that I myself don't know how to dodge. Ah, jumped too soon. Would have had you otherwise. The one-up curse strikes again. In some cases a little easier since you can slide through some of his patterns. But there's still this one that I don't know how to dodge. It seems like there has to be a way to do it. I'm just not there. The Doc Air fight isn't too different from the original Airman fight, and he still does that. Oh, that really looked like I should have dodged that. I protest. It really looked like I had that one. So close yet so far. And so the first of the Doc Robot stages is down. It definitely had one key area that was trouble, though, and really, only that one area. I give Doc Robot Needleman Revisited a 6 out of 10. Pretty much all my major trouble here started with Doc and ended with Air. That one tornado pattern, that's really all it is. It really feels like if you have some super refined twitch reflexes, you probably can dodge that one. I just haven't quite gotten it myself. Thus, at least for me, it does come down to a bit of luck on which patterns he'll throw. Nothing else in the stage is really too worrying, however. Doc Crash is pretty simple by comparison. Sure, he can occasionally catch you off guard if you're not ready for those extra jumps he does, but you can usually pretty easily correct for them. For mid-bosses, the giant metals go down quickly, and beyond that, there's really not much else to the stage. I mean, the Forced Vehicle segment gives you control of everyone's favorite brokenly useful jet dog, so yeah, no worries there. Thus, it all comes down to that one tornado pattern. And as long as he doesn't throw it, for a Doc Robot stage, this place is pretty easy. By virtue of that one tornado pattern, a 6 out of 10 feels about right. So with that, 3 Doc Robot stages to go. And I'm just gonna say it here, these are gonna be hard. As such, please be patient with me. I can't guarantee when these are going to be done, but I'll certainly be working on it. So with that, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.